That's because they have like multiple, I don't know how to do it, but I can see when their meetings up on Facebook Live, and there's no interaction, but you can watch it.
Well, they're in the waiting room, so
Message.
and that's where they're going to stay.
So everybody that's maybe listening or watching this later, or your technical difficulty, you'll be able to watch this meeting via news. Everything else is.
No, there's not a way to message them.
You might not able to get to see in chat or something. I know teams like that. But yeah, you can hit it in chat.
No,
Let's just leave it at that. If they have an opportunity, then they'll post them that you can't watch it. You get phone calls.
okay. So, and so the recording has already started. So for anyone who's just seeing this, we were Zoom bombed tonight. And so we are continuing the meeting just with the video recording, but not allowing any Zoom participants in this evening until we figure out some further safeguards. Okay, so yes, I'm sorry, and I missed who made the motion.
I made the motion.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so Shannon, your suggestion was to include in this the roles and responsibilities. Okay, all right. Well, we can do that tomorrow. So what I was saying is a constituent emailed me today to suggest maybe having some different constituencies represented on the recreation committee. Go ahead.
What I see, it's made up of 7 voting members. It was one from the council of liaisons was non-voting.
Correct.
Right.
How about the other one? Are they vote?
Yeah, it'd be like any of our other advisory committees. And so for instance, and let me.
No, I'm talking the program coordinator, they're non-voting.
Oh, right. They would be like a staff member.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm wondering about, like parents, for example, you're talking about different constituencies, meaning, having a certain number, like active parents or.
So for instance, I'm going to read directly from the email. He said, specifically, I'm thinking about the work of the school district, managing access and the physical condition of the sports fields, the Conservation Commission, thinking about lakes and other trails, and the Hillanders, the snowmobile and other recreation vehicle trails. There are probably others, but this could be an opportunity to structure the committee in a way that reduces operating silos and identifies gaps/solutions more quickly. So what his suggestion was, we say, okay, we're going to, of these 7 seats, one of them is going to be for someone who is a school representative. Another one will be for someone who is a member of the Conservation Commission. Another one would be for someone who's a member of the snowmobile club. And so I talked with this constituent today, and one of my concerns was that we sort of tried that with it. Remember, we were going to do that with the Downtown Revitalization Committee, and it was just really hard to get people who are willing to volunteer from all of those constituencies. And so what I suggested is there may be another approach. And as we noodled through this, we came up with 2 possible solutions. One is we could invite those representatives from each of those constituencies to serve as ex officio, non-voting members. So that's one option. Or 2, we could say, you know what, we're going to carve out 3 or 4 of these seats for specific constituencies. And they don't have to be the ones necessarily that this citizen suggested. But we may want to have 3 or 4 seats that are for specific types of stakeholders. And then the rest are sort of at large.
Please make it wouldn't this have to end up being a ordinance or no?
No.
I would just leave it broad enough to give us discretion to do that, which I suppose we could do anyway.
You could. I think the appointments committee and the council as a whole would just have to be really mindful of, okay, we've appointed 3 people, but none of them are, let's say, parent or a coach. or a member of the snowmobile club, or, you know, whatever the constituency might be. You just have to be really mindful of that and be willing to say, we appreciate your application, but we're really looking for someone who sort of fill in the blank.
Yeah, ability. It's a. You put this committee together, get people together, just, you know, I saw. The reason why we couldn't like some little club or some meeting another group and give a presentation. As an expert, was X, Y, Z.
Mhm.
They didn't want to serve on the committee, but talk about those times in those meetings to bring representatives. What are your ideas? We would like to bring you in on that. We don't want to serve on the committee, but make sure that they give that opportunity. You know,
Yeah.
again, a lot of people don't want to volunteer. It's a big, it's a total commitment, not being able to get out or put that time, what that be. But if you make sure when you guys do all that, and make sure that you suggestions, make sure that you reach out to certain blocks, you try to, and consider some of those people that have a big vested interest, you know.
Yeah, and yeah, make that a part of their charge,
Right,
represent the whole.
right,
Yeah.
right.
I think actually, the Comprehensive Plan Committee has provided sort of a good model for that, because as you guys know, they're bringing in people,
Yeah, that's right.
depending upon what they're talking about,
Correct.
who are knowledgeable and have a stake in whatever they're talking about.
Just one last comment. We have received the 5 applicants already, and we plan to present those to you at your next meeting on September 8th.
So we wanted to wait until this was approved before we started sending applications to the appointments committee. But if you, assuming that you do that tonight, we'll start sending those to you tomorrow.
Thank you. Session.
I'm just gonna say, since, you know, primary focus shall be supporting and strengthening sports and youth recreation opportunities. Do we have to even put youth?
I think that's a good point. No, I don't, yeah.
Strengthening community sports, and community recreation. It's not changing.
Noted.
Vote. All day. All day. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Thanks. We're gonna jump back to
So,
item 137.
Yeah, and so, all of the amendments to the land use, policy, ordinances, the moratoriums were approved at the last meeting, but we only had 5 members here for that meeting. And the waiving of the second reading did not garner 5 votes as required by the charter. So we're here for the second readings of this. I'll do my best to answer any questions that you might have, about any of these.
The vote is appreciated. System ordinances.
And as you will recall, per your request, the number of allowed commercial developed solar farms has been capped at 6. So we have more than that now, but once it gets down to 6, that's where it will stay until at least one of those 6 gets decommissioned.
To approve the amendments to the solar energy generating system ordinance as proposed.
second.
Any discussion? All in favor? All in favor? Thank you guys. With the representative.
We have it to waive the second reading,
That's the,
the. Sorry.
thank you.
I wasn't here for the first.
Next one.
Move to approve the second reading of the 180-day extension amendment of the moratorium ordinance on residential care facilities as proposed.
Second. Any discussion? All in favor? All in favor? Thank you guys. Yes.
Move to approve the second reading of a data center moratorium ordinance as proposed.
Second. Any discussion? All in favor? All present are in favor. Thank you. Item 138, consideration of order number 2026 -08, authorizing to write off, the tax balances of less than $10 or $10 or less.
So moved.
Discussion? All in favor? And all present are in favor, thank you. Item 139, discussion consideration of the following police department financial matters. Skeleton, the department payment capital reserve account. You want to each of these?
So they're all incorporated into one motion, suggested motion. I just bulleted them here so that you would understand that that motion incorporates three different items essentially.
Yes.
Or is it simply?
Yeah, it's just all forfeited money. So this was part of a narcotics seizure, and our drug K9 was instrumental in that. So Chief Erlin thought it was good to set that money aside for K9 purposes, including the eventual replacement of the K9, because they only work for a certain amount of time before they are replaced.
Some treats for them.
Let me tell you.
I hope he gets like a nice bed and.
Let me tell you, we were all treated as well as Officer K9 agents. What a wonderful world it would be.
Big animal,
You, I'm not suggesting, think it's some of this account, things like this. Like, it's like, if it was a sort of procedure with the dog, right, and just.
Well, in these instances, Zach, the money is actually coming to us from the State Attorney General's office. And so in each of these instances, you would have to approve the acceptance of the funds. And as part of those motions, we would always make a recommendation on how they would be appropriated.
Yes, this was here.
Yeah.
The other thing I was gonna say is you should keep, I mean, obviously this is keeping track of it, but keep a running balance on how much this dog potentially,
Great idea.
you know, just so it validates,
Yeah, so
having
I think yeah, it's a really good idea.
you know, it validates having,
But even if it's just a, okay.
so he can get even more treats.
Make sure it ends its key.
Earns his keep, that there's the $99.
Thank you, guys.
So
So,
that moves into the quarter six, Channel 9, establishing on these projects like capital to the account, approving options for $2,470.50 and forfeiture assets to the Winthrop Police Department and appropriating those funds to the K9 capital reserve account.
any discussion? All in favor? All present are in favor. Okay. We've done 140, so we're gonna jump down to 141. Consideration of the minutes of July 6, 2026 council meeting.
So moved.
Second, Mr. Winstead, second, so any discussion on that? Okay, all in favor? All present are in favor. Item 142, consideration of June 2026, this is our phone bonus.
We signed those already?
I sent them earlier. They're actually in my, the physical folders in my office, so I can get those after the meeting for signatures if y'all want to approve this.
You guys see,
I really did.
We can.
I did have one question.
okay,
Uh, let's see. I meant to ask, but, yeah, the Allstate, that's, so the Allstate construction, so we issued the $212,303. Is that for everything that's still?
No, sir. So you'll remember last year, they did not finish everything that we needed. And so they're going to have to do that first thing this year. And so that covers the work that should have been completed last year.
So they're still going towards.
That's correct.
55,000 for auto group to purchase, police cruiser.
What was the?
$55,622
or dealership, car dealership.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, that's that,
That's
yeah.
The new
a new cruiser. Yeah.
Just want to make sure, and. So it's. So I'm almost.
I'll make a motion to approve the during 2026, this program for to present.
Second,
Discussion. All present, everyone, thank you. Item 143, consideration recommendations from the appointments committee. Thank you. You want to go to business, do you have any comments on that? Here, would you like to say some more? This is very important. Yes, it is. Wonderful. Move on to the town manager's report.
Yeah, so I don't have much prepared because as you know, I've been sort of torn in two directions the last few days. But I will say that at the next meeting, we are going to bring to you a proposal to replace another ambulance because Medic 3, I believe it is, has been giving us lots of difficulties. We've got the opportunity to buy another one of those demo models for the exact same as what we bought before, same price. And we don't need the stretcher. So that's like a $75,000 savings. And so we'll be bringing a plan to you. So the good news is that we already have the money in the account because of the capital and improvement monies that we're getting from all the other communities that we serve. Yeah, the shared capital. And so we've already got the money in the account with the exception of, I think all those collections are like $50,000 short. And if that's the case, then what I would recommend is if you want to move forward with that purchase, we just reduce our own obligation to that shared capital payments next year by that $50,000.
Is the current, like if you go back 2 years for the CIP for ambulance replacement, did we have additional funds? Like this should in theory put us on the end of our budgeted replacement program that we had kind of prior. Is there money there? Or is that just moved into our shared capital?
So we did not start another account. The monies that we're receiving from those communities is going into the same account, which covers either ambulance replacement or building. So that's correct. And I don't want to get too far into it because we'll talk about it next time.
Have we done anything? First of all, what is the nature of the trouble?
That's the Chief Moreno question. So
We've done anything as far as rush treatment?
yes, all of them have been treated. See what I told fire, police, public works, and ambulance is I wish not to answer that question ever again. So they've all been treated.
Just when you guys put this presentation, it's more of a question. The prior chief mentioned that we had 3 units at one time in Lorraine. Taking that proposal again back to the table because one said one, and I'm now saying another. I was really in favor of dipping down to that. You know, they have another plan you talked about last meeting, you know, about rebuild that all. Yeah, but I'd like him to be prepared to answer some questions around that.
Definitely.
So and maybe consider asking anyone from that committee.
So we talked about this with the ambulance advisory committee and they had no issues whatsoever with going ahead since we have the funds available now
would any of them want to talk about the proposal?
So that's a discussion for a whole other day.
Just want to know someone ask the questions. That's one.
Yeah. That's a question for all the, so that's the end of my report.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Now, council, comment.
I just think
Oh, yes, there must. Yeah.
I think she did, and the staff did a wonderful job of putting this together, so thank you very much for this.
We should have one and give us.
Yeah.
There's no credit whatsoever except for the one page where I actually posted the verbiage.
Are all these delinquent accounts taken care of?
Eventually, one way or the other.
And,
Tuesday and Wednesday now.
Evening, do we have a time frame for that?
No, I mean, just as soon as they're finished, all states ready to begin that project. And that's like the highest of all the streets that we're going to repave. That's the highest priority. That's correct.
Anybody else? Make a motion.
Second, I mean, so moved. So moved.
You all okay?
Had a thing with the seconds, tonight.
Thank you, that was,
God.
one,